1953, experts examine crashed UFO in Arizona. The year was 1953. The place, somewhere in Arizona. A group of scientists and physicists were gathered to a secret location where they were to examine a freshly crashed UFO. There was also a dead alien on the scene. Raymond Fowler, formerly with the USAF Security Service and one of America's leading researchers, is convinced by one particular UFO recovery story, which was related to him in person by a highly reputable witness with impeccable credentials, who claims to have participated in the analysis of a recovered disc in May 1953. The witness, given the pseudonym Fritz Werner by Fowler, held a number of engineering and management positions at Wright-Patterson AFB from 1949 to 1960, during which period he worked in the Office of Special Studies. As a designer of aircraft landing gear, he headed a branch of the Aircraft Laboratory at Wright Air Development Center during a special assignment for the Air Force on contract to the Atomic Energy Commission's Operation Upshot Knot Hole in Nevada in May 1953. Werner, whose job at the time involved measuring the effects of blast on various types of buildings following nuclear tests, received a phone call one evening from Dr. Ed Dahl, the test director, informing him that he would be required for a special job the following day. Werner reported for duty and was driven to Indian Springs AFB near the proving grounds, where he was joined by about 15 other specialists. We were told to leave all valuables in the custody of the military police, Werner recalled. We were then put on a military plane and flown to Phoenix, Arizona. We were not allowed to fraternize. There, we were put on a bus with other personnel who were already there. The bus windows were blacked out so that we couldn't see where we were going. We rode for an estimated 4 hours. I think we were in the area of Kingman, Arizona, which is northwest of Phoenix and not too far from the atomic proving grounds in Nevada. During the bus trip, Werner and the others were told that a highly secret Air Force vehicle had crashed and were instructed to investigate the accident in terms of their own special expertise. On arrival at the site, the personnel were escorted to an area where 2 floodlights illuminated the aircraft. In his sworn statement, Werner describes the scene on May 21, 1953. The object was constructed of an unfamiliar metal which resembled aluminum. It had impacted 20 inches into the sand without any sign of structural damage. It was oval and about 30 feet in diameter. An entranceway hatch had been vertically lowered and opened. It was about 3½ feet high and 1½ feet wide. I was able to talk briefly with someone on the team who did look inside, only briefly. He saw 2 swivel seats, an oval cabin, and a lot of instruments and displays. A tent pitched near the object sheltered the remains of the only occupant of the craft. It was about 4 feet tall, with dark brown complexion, and it had 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, and a small round mouth. It was clothed in a silvery, metallic suit and wore a skull cap of the same type of material. Werner's job was to find out how fast the vehicle's forward and vertical velocities had been by determining the angle and depth of impact into the sand. As soon as each of the specialists had completed their jobs, he was interviewed on tape, then escorted back to the bus. After we all returned to the bus, Werner stated, the Air Force colonel who was in charge had us raise our right hands and take an oath not to reveal what we had experienced. I was instructed to write my report in longhand and not to type or reproduce it. Werner told Fowler that he sympathized with the cover-up. The Air Force believed that UFOs were interplanetary, he said, but did not know where they came from and were anxious to avoid panic. Leonard Stringfield has learned a few more details about the incident from Fritz Werner. Regarding the alien body, for instance, he said, it was very slender, with disproportionately long arms. Since it's been 27 years, details like this are pretty foggy, and I may even be influenced by other descriptions I've seen or heard. In the interim, he wrote to Stringfield in 1980. In short, I don't really remember any earlobes, eyes I didn't see. Head shape was oval. Don't recall that there was a nose, per se. Warner said that he and the other specialists were checked for radiation and other possibly harmful effects, but none had been found. Stringfield has been the most outspoken champion of the retrieval cases, and even though he has steadfastly refused to disclose the names of his sources, a prerequisite to being given the information, he has on occasion received death threats warning him not to discuss the matter publicly. Resources above top secret, Timothy Good, 1988. My take, I really hope something close to full disclosure occurs sometime soon. The government's secrecy on this topic is holding humanity back. Plus, I want to ride in a UFO.
Don't forget to sign up for our Patreon page. Members get early access to videos, ad-free, and you can see content you can't see anywhere else.